that you want Iran to destroy all nuclear weapons and also ballistic missiles. So as I know that the United States was ready to quit the INF Treaty, and also I think they want to perhaps to invent something about ballistic missiles. If other countries control, like you said, the strong country controls this kind of technology, but Iran destroy all of this, how can they defend themselves? And that you already said, you don't want the strong country to disturb weak countries. So how do you ensure that if you let the weak country to destroy all of these missiles or all of these weapons?
All delegates here to pay more attention to U.S. intentions, especially toward two nations, Iran and North Korea.
Well,
it will be more peaceful if it actually have nuclear weapons.
No, I don't say that. I don't think they have nuclear weapons. I just talk about the ballistic missiles that I mentioned in the working paper.
As I told your China allies, there's many other kind of weapons that they can use to defend themselves. And just as the Chinese allies said, America is actually funding the Iranian army to keep the Iranian country safe. But now it retreated. We found a flaw in the deal, and we can't do that anymore.
Years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceiving liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now, we are engaged in the great civil war, testing whether the nation or any nation so conceived and so dedicated can long endure. We are met on a great battlefield of that war. We have come to dedicate a portion of that field and find a resting place for those who here grave their lives that a nation might have. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this. But in a larger sense, we cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate, we cannot hallow this ground. The brave men, living and dead, who struggled here, have consecrated it far above our poor power to add or detract. The world will little note no longer remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here. It is for us the living, rather, to be dedicated here to the unfinished work which they fought here have thus so far not so nobly advanced. It is rather for us to be here dedicated to the great task remaining before us, that from this honor that we take increased devotion to that cause for which they gave the last full measure of devotion, that we here highly resolve that the dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom, and the governments of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth.